All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I know we've been away for a little bit, but it was much needed time. We're rest up and just we didn't come out of the blue just because we wanted to, but the timing is right, There's always the right time for everything, right? So I'm excited, guys. We have a lot of things that we're going to discuss today. For everybody that's new, hello, welcome. If you're not part of the schools community, make sure you go ahead and hop on. Chris, drop the link so that way they can go ahead and for those that I've seen so far that requested the schools community, I went ahead and added you this morning. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the market where it's at, short sales, how they're coming up, AI, just a lot of cool things and where the opportunities at. And you know how we like to start. Chris usually starts off with the news, and he goes in, and then from there, I'll go from there and show you guys where the opportunities at. So go ahead, Chris.
All right, share my screen real quick. Hold on one second. This is the best part of the job,
That's right.
sharing the screen. All right, so let's go right here and hit share. Beautiful. Everybody sees my screen?
Yeah, we can see it. Okay.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Wait,
the
it's
first
not
thing,
there yet. Okay, there
it's
you
not,
go.
there
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Go ahead.
Okay, we got it now, right?
Yep.
All right, so first thing is, got to make sure um, the rates are always going to be in the beautiful 6.5, sevens. This is going to be the long-term effect that we're going to have for a little while. The rates are just going to stick. I mean, the 10-year note is still like hovering around 4.5, 4.1, 4, and that usually is the one that dictates how much the rate is. Um, the other thing is, you guys have noticed that foreclosures are actually going up. Um, they're going up in a, oops, hold on a second, let me turn that off. Um, they're actually going up. So the starts are up almost 10% in May, year over year. Okay, this is huge. Okay, just to let you know. Florida is one out of every 2,536 homes. And as you notice below here, the markets that are getting great right now are Lakeland, Cape Coral, and Jacksonville. Now, these are great opportunities, and I'm going to tell you why. These are lower cost homes. So Coral, Cape Coral's always been at the epicenter of every foreclosure. I don't understand why that is, but it's always usually the one that starts it off. So you could understand. And then, but as you could tell, those three actual counties, okay, they're pretty high. All right. So the lenders began foreclosure process on 24,165 in the US, okay, which is down 4% more month over month, but 8% year over year. It's up. Okay, so as you could tell, we're going to start getting some. Now, here's the issue with these foreclosures. Foreclosures are starting to happen where we're getting people from 2021, 2020, 2021, and 2022. So Omi will talk about that a little bit later on about what's happening with the foreclosures when people bought high. All right. So as you could tell, that's a huge thing. The other thing that I wanted to point out is when the foreclosures are completed, okay, at the end of the month, the bank takes back the home. So Texas has 460, but Florida had 234. We're talking all of Florida. This is not bad. I mean, the protections that the government is giving people or the opportunities that it's giving people for them to save their homes or the people selling before the foreclosure is pretty good. So if you want, you can always try to talk to these, asset managers in the REO space, so you could, have that access to that guy. All right, so very important. U.S. added 139,000 jobs in May, slowing gradual moderate labor market. Now, the key takeaways, because everybody talks about, the economy, the jobs, the jobs. You got to understand that unemployment has stayed unchanged at 4.2%. Okay. Private sector jobs have been increasing a little bit, but government jobs have been getting a hit. We all know this because, Trump wants to get rid of the federal employee special. I mean, he's trying to cut down government. But as you could tell, nothing has happened. If anything, there's a real big highlight here. The average wage earner in the non-farm payrolls rose 0.04%. A lot of people don't see that as a lot. I mean, 0.04 is ridiculous, but that's the way they measure it, okay, over there. Let's go to now this issue. A lot of people are filing for bankruptcy. Chapter 11, Chapter 7, commercial also as well. Okay. You guys, I'm just gonna go straight down. I'll post all these articles on the school, okay, so you guys could read it in time, but I just wanted to go through this. These are the big highlights here, okay? In May of 2025, there were 48,218 filings for bankruptcies in the United States, 7% up. Okay, that's huge. 7%. That is ridiculous in bankruptcies, okay? The non-commercial bankruptcies went up 7% as well from last year. But this is the one that scares me the most, which is the green one, which are consumers. Okay, they filed for Chapter 7, and that went up 11%. This is huge. That means a lot of people are having a lot of problems, and they're trying to renegotiate their debt. So these are consumers. I mean, this is a big issue. So if we see this number keep on climbing, and let's say next month I see it up at 12 or 13 or 14, we're going to have a problem. I mean, that means that people are living off their credit cards and they're living way beyond their means and they're not able to afford. So I don't know how to twist this or make this into a positive for homes to be sold, or I really don't see the upside here. Okay, but if you guys have anything, please feel free to share, uh, because I don't see an upside for that. Okay, so FHA has a new prevented preserve to stop help people from foreclosure. Let's say it's protections. My bad. Okay, so they did a new letter in the letter mortgage of 2025. I always tell you people to always try to read these mortgagee letters. They're really great to see what the government is trying to do beforehand or trying to pass. This is extremely important. You guys should always try to see if you could read these. These come out sometimes quarterly. Okay, and what happens is that they're trying to save the people from like nickel and diming. So what happens is when the bank goes to foreclose, they nickel and dime you. They tell you when you can and cannot call, so forth and so on. So an example of that, let's say the bank has in-house attorney. They're on a salary. They get paid $60,000 in-house, and then they charge attorney's fees like if they were outside counsel, and that's illegal. So they're changing that. You see, so that's saving that homeowner money. Okay, when you got wiring fees, they're going to try to eliminate those things. They're going to try to eliminate all these nickel and diming fees. Okay, the other thing that they're going to do is, uh, the other thing is that, hold on, I got distracted for a second. um, the other thing that they're trying to do is also make sure that the mortgagees don't take advantage of people that are going through this process because of, let's say, banks are always open 9 to 4. That's a good example. Most people work 9 to 4. So who's going to call the bank during 9 to 4 hours? So now they're forcing the banks to say, hey, man, you're going to have to stay and have an after hours or a overnight call center to accept these calls because people work at certain times and you're making it impossible for them to resolve their issue. Listen, I believe in anything that can help the person save their home, save their home. I mean, I'm not one to kick anybody out of their house. I rather them save their house and be happy than go through these headaches. So this is a big thing that the FHA has passed. So I give Scott Olson great they pushed this thing, that this is really great. I give him credit. So the House passes a bill to help the VA, or the veterans, okay? This is the same exact thing that they were doing for everybody else, but they're extending it more heavily for the veterans. I'm 100% agree on this. Veterans should, not lose their homes. They try to help them as much as possible. Okay. So what they're going to do is that this bill, this HR 1815, will establish the partial claim program. So remember, I've always told you guys from before that the reason why the foreclosures weren't happening or spiking was because people were getting partial claims from FHA to then save them on their foreclosure and resetting the foreclosures. So this was huge. So now they're doing this for the VAs, and and it would help the lenders, okay, to prevent them to do for the foreclosures. Also, temporary increase in amount of authorized grants and per diem programs. This is extremely big right here because this is just extra money for them. Okay. They served, they deserve every protection that they can. Okay, so now we're going to the zombie foreclosures. Anybody that doesn't understand what a zombie foreclosure is, I'm going to explain it really quick. A zombie foreclosure is when somebody has a house that is empty. That means no one's living in it, they're not renting it out, nothing. Well, it turns out that these are zombie foreclosure rates have gone up in the second quarter of 2025. Okay, so I'm going to just go straight down to the most important one because we only care about Florida right now. Pinellas County, which is Clearwater. Okay, right now, 9.3%. So that means out of every 100 homes that are empty in Pinellas County, 9.3 of them are going to foreclosure. That means that no one's living there. So if you could actually find these guys, they're most likely, these are, I think, the most that will actually be willing to sell as quickly as possible. So to find empty homes, the only way you could do that is, I'm gonna be honest, you gotta have to like get together with the postman. The post office person is the only one, the one that has the route. He's the one that knows every house that's empty. They go there every day. So if you could get in cahoots with whoever is in the USPS in that area, that would be your best bet. That's if you know somebody up there and you could push that through. So if anybody's got a good connection, take full advantage of that. Okay. And last but not least, there's for all the pickleball people uh, and anybody that likes to play racquetball and all these. This is going to be a new concept that they're trying to do around developments. So you get an idea. It's called Ballers. They're going to expand nationwide. So it's a pretty cool concept. They're going to try to push this all through all these developments. So if you see one of these sprawl up in Miami in 27, you know what's up, all you pickleballers. All right. I'm done with my review. Omi, take it away.
Speaking of pickleballers, Chris, actually, in North Miami, we actually have a new development that's happening in pickleball. Pickleball courts are like everywhere as well. So I think that's a cool concept. It's working well.
What they're doing with that one is they're trying to keep the people together. So I think it's a class divider, believe it or not, because the fees for that one is going to be 99 to $500 depending on the monthly. It's a monthly fee. So depending on where you stand and where you're ranking, it divides sometimes the class. So it's a plus and a minus.
Right. Awesome. So let's go ahead and do some quick dive in and figure out where your opportunities at with some of the stuff you talked about and then some of the stuff that I highlighted that I think are some good opportunities. First of all, the rise of short sales. Short sales are like I think they're making a comeback. Short sales in the beginning of the year and even last year or the year before that, we didn't see too many of them. We knew that they were around, they existed, but you'll probably see one short sale uh each of those years if you're lucky. So in the last couple months, I have a short sale that I'm working on right now, and we're starting to see they're coming back up. And one of the biggest reasons for the coming back of short sales is you hit it right on the head, Chris. In 2021, 2022, I don't know if you guys remember what everybody was doing. People were buying at the top of the market. That's when you couldn't even get a deal accepted. Like the open houses were like block parties. You had like 100 people, fighting for these houses, and people were actually were paying. I think the highest I seen somebody pay over above asking was a hundred something, $100,000 over asking price, and that's kind of like that was obscene. That was insane. So a lot of people thought the market was going to continue to go, and now that's what's killing a lot of people now. If you paid way above for your property, now as these rates are climbing higher the more inventory is hitting the market, the prices start coming down, you're upside down. So if you can't make those mortgage payments and you decide you want to back out and sell that house, you're not going anywhere. That's a short sell. So that's where the rise in the short sale is coming from. Chris, is there any other areas as well too outside of that? I think that's like kind of like the main reason.
Well, yeah, I mean, just to let everybody know, I mean, the short sales are going to happen because if you notice, I mean, you sold these houses at 500,000, an example, in Hialeah when they were really 380 and or 320. And you're noticing prices are coming down and they're being, below, how could I say, maybe below what, 450, 445, but
Right.
you sold them at 500,000. I mean, if they're going through hardship, I mean, they're not going to get money out of it. So I recommend any agent that knows, I mean, go after your clients that you sold property to, talk to them, see their situation. This is very important. Talk to your past clients. Just, a ring out saying like, if there's an issue, if you have, payment problems, that you're there to help as well because you have programs that you could probably help them with other mortgages. There's got to be options out there for them. Imagine the partial mortgage is always going to be the winner.
Yeah.
That's going to be 100% for the HUD. But yeah, keep that in mind. I mean, that's huge.
Life is life, man. Over leveraged, big time. A lot of that. I think short sales are up 140% year over year. So that's kind of crazy. There's a lot of opportunity. I want to ask a question. How many of you have come across a homeowner who's current but just barely hanging on? You're probably seeing it a lot more. You go ahead and drop that in the chat if you're having those conversations already, or if you ran across a short sale already, just drop yes or I think somewhat. And but the overall thing with a short sale is just they're upside down. They owe more on the property. Property's worth, let's say 400 and they owe, they owe 400, but the property's only worth 370. You're upside down. Especially in Orlando. Orlando market as well too. It's crazy, but it's coming up here. That's the first part I wanted to talk about. Inventory is climbing. We're seeing a lot more stuff on the market. Those homes that many people were able to sell if they were behind on payments. Now I look on the market. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of foreclosures list, but they're not moving as fast. Because if you look in an area now, you see 12, 13, 14 listings. Now the competition is getting real. So the conversation with a lot of these sellers, and I have been talking to a few of you. Max, I don't know if you're here, but we've been having that conversation. He had a listing where it's a great foreclosure deal, but uh, I don't know if Max is on there. Max, remind me if you're on there.
He's on the
I,
phone.
he's on the phone.
Yeah, he's on
Okay.
it.
Yeah, okay, I'm here.
I,
All right, I gotta go.
Max, that deal, right? That you had
Uh,
that foreclosure, right? It was at what? For the one that you couldn't move. It was for something, right?
we started at 495, which was crazy,
495.
which was ridiculous. I tried everything that I could to tell her, hey, we got to put it at a lower price. She wouldn't. For the first 2 weeks, we had literally zero showings, zero for the first 2 weeks. So I told her we had to lower it. We lowered it. We started getting a little bit of traction, and that didn't bring that many buyers either. And then we lowered it again. This time I told her if I'm lowering it, I'm not lowering it 20, I'm
One,
not lowering it
one
15.
thing,
I got
one thing
lower.
I want to point out, Max, sorry to cut you off, that
Mm,
property you had it there for a while. I mean, not even before you had it on. And I was telling you, I was like, hey, Max, the market's not the same. Stuff is
mm-hmm,
less, you have more inventory. You have more
mm-hmm.
inventory, so the competition is fierce. I go ahead and drop it, 30, 40, and then you had a property that came on the market fully renovated, right? And what price
Yeah.
did they put that
Sold
property?
in 6 days.
What was the price?
460.
460, and that was way lower than your
Oh
foreclosure
yeah.
property.
Oh yeah.
And that was a fully renovated property. Would you say that property they listed it undervalued?
They listed it, for that community, they listed it right. I'm not gonna lie, they
Yeah.
listed it right. They even got over. They listed it for 450, they sold it for 460. So they
Oh,
got
that's
ten
good.
thousand dollars extra.
That's good. Right. But
Yeah.
your ARV in that area was like around 500.
Well, back last year, 2 years ago, now
Mhm.
it's 460, 475. You're in good shape.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
wanted. Yeah. So they're dropping.
Yeah, but my second property, I just listed it last week and I already got a very nice offer on it.
Nice. All right, Max. Thanks
So
so much. That's what I wanted to point out. Appreciate
yeah.
it.
well,
Um,
one more thing I wanted to say, Omi, not on that subject, but I wanted everybody to know about AI just very important that you guys
That's
bring
that's
that
my
up.
that's my next topic, Chris. But go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah,
Yeah. AI is, you guys got to really keep an eye on that. Uh, I mean, the way the searches are going with Google and Bing and whoever, however you do your any type of your searches, it's really, they're cutting off a lot of people that spend a lot of money on making their websites or making their campaigns, and this is becoming a big issue. So, guys, follow people that do real estate AI if they can, to see what they're doing. There's a huge thing going on with DM funnels, which is, going right on live with TikTok and Instagram and doing that DM funnels. Those are things that you guys gonna have to do, because remember, at the end of the day, you're your own marketer, so you guys gotta really push. I mean, I'm trying to set up a program where I could have like a layout where I could help people, learn how to do it on their own and have like a program, a layout, uh, so we could help you guys. Because at the end of the day, if we help you, you help us. Practically
yeah.
is what it is.
I
All
know
right, homie.
Zillow is rolling out AI, but they're using on the rental side, right, Chris?
Yeah, they're
What are
using
they
it on the
doing?
rental side.
Yeah, so like Chris said, you gotta learn to utilize AI. The AI will get you in front of the doors faster. Even skip tracing now. There's new AI for skip tracing, finding data. You gotta learn these tools. More tools are coming out day to day, and they can enhance your business. Because if you're not using the AI tools, you're gonna be left behind. And a lot of companies that we talked about, Zillow, Redfin, all these other companies that are like, trying to be A to Z. Chris, a little bit about that. I know you sent me the article with those brokerages trying to using AI, trying to pretty much wipe everybody out the game.
Oh yeah. There's some brokerages that are doing like they're trying to do pocket listing cash offers. So what's going on is that these guys are huge. They have a lot of agents. They have apps where they'll hold a pocket listing and they'll make a cash offer type pocket listing app. And so they'll send it out right away, because you know how Zillow right now and Redfin are saying that
Mhm.
if you pocket list, we're not going to let you list with us, or they'll block your listing when you list the property if you hold it for a couple of days. Because what they're saying is that it's unfair for them. It's unfair for them to have, this thing, and then you're listing the property without them and selling it before anybody else could see it on the market. So that's like being an unfair practice. Well, it turns out that, remember, you guys as independent, it's like a double-edged sword here, okay, guys? You guys bust your ass. Sorry about that. Um, to go get these listings. And then if you know that you could find a buyer on your own to get your commission, better commission, then yeah, why couldn't you do it for 1 or 2 days? Well, they're saying, hey man, you shouldn't be able to do that. The moment that you get it, you got to list it in the MLS, so they could get full advantage of it. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's a yin and a yang. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to go out with other apps and stuff like that to bypass certain rules, and that's probably one of the
Right.
one of the ways they're going to do it.
Chat prompts, automated skip tracing, local Docker searches. You got those are just new AI tools that they're using to get in front of these leads right away. So you gotta learn. I don't know how many people, if you are using AI right now or some form of AI that's helping you in real estate business, drop yes in the chat and drop or name of the AI so that way we can check it out and see if we're using the same thing as well too. And my last thing that I wanted to kind of like talk about debt, man, debt. U.S. housing debt is over $17 trillion, and that's not a new stat. It's opportunity knocking. One in every 10 American is in default or behind on a loan right now. And as AI continue to advance and innovate, more jobs are being lost. I was just listening to news the other day. A whole marketing department of a company got laid off because of a new AI breakthrough that they had. So these people have homes. These people, they have bills, they have stuff. So I just want you guys to know that right now you're not just agents, you're solution specialists in a broken system. More people are gonna go ahead and need help. You can't be afraid to go knock on these doors or find these people. Even old clients. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that probably have old clients or people in your database right now that if you just give them a call, check in, hey, how's it going? What's happening? How are you doing? You'll find out some stuff. I'm getting texts daily And it's once I look up these properties, and if you do your research as well too on these properties, you'll see that they're in foreclosure. Many a times people might be, oh, Airbnbs, that's another one as well too. Airbnbs, man. I know how as they continue to regulate and put rules for Airbnbs, I have people that bought property that try to do Airbnb and didn't work out, and now the mortgages are killing them. And where rentals, they're not renting that fast. There's a lot of incentives right now for people to go ahead and to rent a house. Because before we seen rent prices going up and up. I mean, they're still a little bit higher than what they were a couple years back, but now there's more flexibility. You see people offering 1 month to move in, some type of incentive because the rental market as well too. If they can't sell the property, most people go ahead and try to rent it, and if they can't rent it, but there is things out there. There's platforms where you can rent room by room, and that's been helping people. So that's another opportunity where you can shed some light on those people, gather those listings. Even right now, as if those listings are not moving as fast, still, if you're gathering up all those listings, you're going to be on top. It's beneficial for you, right? So my call to action for you, start looking for short sales. Check the county records, look for homes listed between 2021 2022, which was the peak prices that haven't sold yet. Target homeowners with equities but rising debt, using tech, using AI, things like that. And before I get off, I wanna Holly, you on? I wanna spotlight
Oh,
somebody that
yes.
okay. Guys, I want to introduce you to Holly. She's gonna be helping us around out. She's a beast in the short sale world. She's also doing things in the background, working with REO lenders. So she knows the game back like the back of her hand, and she's there to help us help you. So the goal and the focus right now, while all of this is happening, is to help you get more business, to help you have a place where if you have a foreclosure deal. Oh, there's no question of, oh, I can't do it. Oh, I don't understand it. We want to be that backbone for it. Partner with us on the deal. If you have a short sale, we can process a short sale. You need attorneys, we can do it. That is why we're here. So when you have those deals or those questions, boom, we're gonna go ahead. So Holly, go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
don't turn any,
yours.
when you're out here talking to these homeowners, I can guarantee you you're going to hear some crazy stories. So don't let anything scare you. If you don't know how to handle it, just give us a call. I'm with Fast Track Processing, a fierce short sale negotiator, and my goal is to help agents and homeowners avoid foreclosure. And don't forget, these lenders will give these homeowners relocation assistance. So a lot of times, they try to list their homes for a price because they need to walk away. They think that they need to, well, they need to walk away with money, but they don't realize that through the short sale negotiations, we can help them get relocation assistance. So don't turn anyone away. Give us a call. I'll make sure you guys get to the closing table. And my negotiation fee is I charge it to the buyer, and there's ways to make sure that you walk away with your full commission.
Yeah, so Holly's gonna be helping
Um,
us in our schools community, our platforms, answering questions, being there, and also she's a beast on the cold calls. I
Oh
know a
yeah,
lot of you
I
guys
love
are
cold
scared of
calling.
cold calls. Holly, how much cold calls you eat for breakfast, Holly? Come on.
I honestly, my husband is the one I got to give him the credit because he's the master at sales, and I started off making at least 100 a day, and I've been doing it for 5 years now. After a while, you can condense it into 30 calls a day and really be effective. So it's just all about discipline, record keeping, and just you have to face rejection.
Right.
Getting used to rejection and hearing those no's, you're just one call closer to a yes. As corny as it sounds, it's the real deal.
Most men, Holly, most men understand rejection. Trust me.
There you go.
We get it all the time.
This
We
is a
all know.
different type of rejection.
Listen, so we're gonna be having cold call groups, cold call, sessions live with Holly because she just loves it. While she's making those calls live, calling auctions, pre-foreclosures. That way you guys can go ahead and be on there and listen to what she's saying and
Yes.
and just, find the encouragement to go ahead and do it. After a while, you'll be able to do it on your own. But the goal overall is to make sure now you have a place where whatever the deal is, I seen deals that we thought were lost deals. They're actually not lost deals.
There's a
There's a way,
solution to everything.
there's a
Sorry.
solution to everything. That's right.
got a quick
Um,
question.
Go ahead.
For Holly, regarding that relocation
Yeah.
funds, how feasible is that? Because I've heard that's not the who gives that relocation money?
The bank.
The
And
bank?
yes, the only time I have had a lender say no is on a hard money loan. If it's,
Wow.
yeah. And they'll you and I take that back. Someone needs to be in the home. It needs to be occupied. So I have had a situation where it's an FHA loan and it was occupied by a third party. They gave me a little bit of an issue, but 95% of these short sales you can get relocation assistance on.
How much are we looking, do you think?
Any,
Is
anywhere from 6 to 10,000. I've gotten a family up to 15.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And don't
Well, maybe
forget,
I'm
the bank will pay all of our commission. They pay all closing costs.
correct.
Right.
So there's a certain way to write the contract too, because they're going to pay for title. And
Yeah.
I use a specific title company because she knows the short sales like the back of her hand too. And she'll make sure that we get the deal closed.
Listen, short sales are here. I have two of them going on right now. Once you understand the process is easy and once you have a good processor negotiator like Holly in the background, it's easy to go ahead and
Oh,
do. Like you said, the bank pays your compensation and the rest is, the rest is history. So imagine stacking up, five short sales a month. You're helping these people, you're helping them get relocation. These are people that are upside down as well too. And sometimes they may not be completely upside down, but once you pay commission and closing costs, even if they're just there, as long as they have a valid reason and a hardship, the short sale can go ahead and be done. So that's why I say, whatever you have,
I
let
got to
us
get in touch
know,
with you guys.
and we'll make it happen. And for more information about everything as well too, just stay connected on the school's community group that we have, because we're gonna be on there. That's what you're gonna figure out when we're doing the live co-call sessions. If you're not part of it now, Chris had dropped the link earlier, so make sure you join the community. It's a few free community, by the way. But this is something that we just want to set up because there's lots of opportunity out there, guys. There's a million deals like left everywhere you look. I don't know if I tell people to do this. I'll show you a trick real quick before I let you guys go. And questions, if you guys have questions, you get ready, start dropping them in the chat or start asking questions. If you have the RPR app, I don't know if you can see my phone, right? So on the RPR app, there's three little lines on the upper right hand side. When you do that, it'll show you something like this. And once you get to something like this, you click the public public records thing. Once you click the public records, you scroll all the way down. You're gonna see it says foreclosure, foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, not short of pre-foreclosure. You click that, and then once you click apply, wherever you're at in that location, you're gonna see them start popping up, right? And I everywhere I go, I start doing that, and I'm realizing something. There's more and more. I used to be in areas where there was okay, no foreclosures or little to none. But as I just continue to expand the map and look, they're all over the place. If you do this trick, you'll see how much foreclosures are around your area, and you can start where you live or the area that you're in. So before I go to any appointments or I have something to do in an area, I pop this bad boy open and I look. I'm like, okay, where the opportunities at? Hop on the phone or go to the doors. They're all right there. It's all over the place. So just want to share with you guys that little tip. Questions. What questions do we have before we'll take a few questions and then we'll get out of here. What's the app name? RPR. RPR is the app. It's the same thing that's on the MLS dashboard as well too. RPR.
Can you, Omi, can you just repeat the steps again? Go to RPR and then where do you go?
You click the little three on the upper right hand side,
Okay, got it.
like the little dots, that the little widget. Then you
Yeah,
go to public records,
okay,
turn that on. Then you scroll all the way down, and you're
okay.
gonna see the thing that says distress status. You can do this on the computer too as well if you're using
Yeah,
it.
I'm looking on the computer. I
You
see
can click
distress.
yeah,
Okay,
pre-foreclosure,
okay.
and then you just click apply.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, then you're gonna see all the foreclosures around you in your area, and then you can also build little cities and your criteria for all of that.
Right. I'll be busy today. Thanks,
That's
Omi.
right. That's right. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Let's
Any other
go.
any other questions? Anybody has a situation where they're working with right now, or something that they just want some clarity on? Go get those. Oh, also, if you have a potential short sale and you just can't lock up that deal, let us know. Call us. We'll get you that listing. At the end of the day, it's It's super,
Help out.
super easy. We'll get you the goal here is to help you win in every single area and every way. That's why we built the system. We got the people, we got the team. We want to see you win. Okay? And at the end of the day, what we do if you guys have deals, we buy deals. You know, messed up houses and stuff like that. Let us get first dibs. Send us those deals and we'll help you lock up those listings, okay? So
Yeah.
with that being said, hope you guys have a great, phenomenal weekend. Happy Friday. Good to see some of you. I
Happy
know
the 13th, no? Friday the 13th, no?
I'm not sure, man. Time is just
Yeah,
flying. All I
Friday.
know,
13 is my lucky number. So this is
Okay.
the year is almost over, man. So trying to go ahead and make things happen. We're almost towards the end of the year. Less slacking, more working. All
Okay,
right,
so
guys.
somebody asked for a contact. Whose contact is can you please give your
Just
contact
if you
info?
go to the schools community, we're all in there. That's where we're
Yeah.
gonna keep it in there. You're gonna find us. Any questions, go ahead and drop it in there, and we're gonna help you guys out. Okay. I have videos as well too. How to find leads, all that stuff is in there. Just stay
There you go.
connected, guys.
Schools. There you go. Click on
There you
that
go.
and
Happy
you can go
Father's
there.
Day, guys.
Happy
Happy
Oh yeah,
Friday,
happy
Ozzy.
Father's Day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
happy Father's Day.
Fathers are very important. You enjoy your
Happy
day.
Father's Day.
Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right. Go help
everyone.
some
Thank
fathers
you.
that are in
Thank you.
foreclosure. Let's go. Let's make things
Thank you.
happen.
I
You too,
appreciate
Give them
it.
a good
for everything.
Father's Day.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys. Take care. See you guys soon.
Later.
All right. Let's do this.